Hi there, and these comments are to one of my students, and thank you for resending the speaking practice test. So I'm getting ready to listen to it right now. So the question here is, what do you think's better, studying alone or studying with a group? Give reasons and examples to support your point of view. Okay, so and I am from OTC Online TOEFLcourse.com. I'm Michael. So number one, thank you for joining my course. Two, you're serious. You're doing the speaking practice. And I've noticed that the students who joined my course recently over the last year, they are dead serious on improving their speaking and writing. How do I know that? Because they send me speaking practice tests and writing practice tests almost every day. And that's how you're going to get better. You got to get the feedback, and then you can figure out what's going on, how you can change either your speaking or your writing responses. Little by little, you get better. Okay, so I have the independent speaking here, so let's go ahead and listen.
Personally speaking, I prefer to study alone rather than to study with a group.
Okay, you don't have to say personally speaking. If you say that I prefer, that means personally speaking. So don't use redundant or empty phrases that don't really develop the argument you're trying to make.
This gives me the opportunity to focus more on the subject's materials. I remember when I was in the first year of college, I studied with a group of my friends. They kept asking me a lot of questions and giving me a lot of ideas that made me so confused and distracted. So I decided from then on
Now, what class was this? Was this a chemistry, biology? Was this a math class,
to
history?
study by myself so I can concentrate more on my studies. So to make a long story short, it's my firm belief that studying alone is more productive than studying with a group.
Good. So I like the example. The example definitely really helps to illustrate your ideas. I wish you would have been a little more precise, a little more specific in the example that you gave, but still, the example is very helpful. All right, let's listen to the whole thing. I won't stop it at all, then I'll give you a score.
Personally speaking, I prefer to study alone rather than to study with a group. This gives me the opportunity to focus more on the subject's materials. I remember when I was in the first year of college, I
Just maybe there you might say to illustrate, or for example.
studied with a group of my friends. They kept asking me a lot of questions and giving me a
I studied with a group of friends who, I would say who kept asking me blah, blah, blah. That way you don't have two short, simple
lot of
sentences.
ideas that made me so confused and distracted. So I decided from then on to study by myself so I can concentrate more on my studies. So to make a long story short, it's my firm belief that studying alone is more productive than studying with a group.
Okay, and that was actually a pretty good response. Let's look at it. I think generally well developed and coherent. Maybe the development could be a little more precise. Yeah, I'm going to put you. Yeah, I'm thinking between 25 and 27 points on this. I think this is a strong response. You could have done a little bit better with the precise language. That might help you with language use and topic development. But when it comes down to it, you're speaking pretty clearly. You didn't have many grammar errors. However, sometimes your sentence structure is a little bit simplistic. But you definitely have pretty good control there and your organization. Right? So I'm going to say 25 to 27 points on this practice test.